He's glowing.
I love that. That's awesome. Tanya and I watched some of the junior high broadcasts last night.
That was his best game by far.
Good job. Just wondering how many of these kids are going to be sitting in the stands on Friday nights because the coaches don't want them out there. They're in junior high now.
Can't believe my government phone didn't send me that text.
You got it now? Look at this thing, dude. Game 10. Cushing 4-0 at Grove 4-0. Then we got Davis.
Are those OSSA teams? I mean,
Then Davis at Beggs.
what?
Paul's Valley at Plainview. I'm taking Paul's Valley. Chandler at Metro. Okay, that's an easy one. No Metro. Bixby at Moore. Moore Lions. They did me right last week. They're going down this week. Norman at Jinx. Norman's 4-0, Ronnie.
Jinx is not in my top 5. You'll find that out tonight. At some point, you got to be taking out top 5 if you don't win football games. I don't care.
Putnam City is 3-1. Choctaw.
Do not care.
No scenario. Okay.
At some point, you have got to start winning football games. And as bad as we've been rallying Jinx on this show, they should be in top 5. Well, they just can't play together in the community. And I agree with all that. But we got to take them out of the top 5. Which color do I got, dude?
Blue.
Blue?
Blue, dude.
Did you work hard today?
Meetings today, yeah. Oh, this is going to be easy. 10-0.
Bethany Blanchard.
Oh, Bethany by a lot.
Jones Millwood.
Oh, Millwood by 30.
Owasso Union.
Also by 13.
Putnam City over Choctaw.
Choctaw's going to win by 1.
By one. By one. 4-0 Plainsview against 4-0 Pauls Valley.
That's 6.
I'm tired.
Right.
Get my nap in.
And my thing.
T-Fred, are we going to get another Phil rant tonight about the transfer portal?
Well, if you want one.
Larry Fields, I know one game y'all got wrong. Yeah.
Oh, Larry. Where you been the last 4 weeks, Larry? Now you show up.
Oh, now he shows up,
Now
Larry.
he shows up.
Oh, Larry, you
Now
get out of
you
here.
show
Get out of
up,
here.
Larry.
That's all we had to do to get him back on the show was
That's all
pick
we had
against
to-
Del City.
That's what we said. Pick against Del City. Larry will come
Yeah,
back.
we did like, where's he at? Where's he at? Let's just pick against him, see if he shows up.
Yeah, they beat Collinsville's JV team.
They
Sure
did.
did,
Beat
yeah.
Collinsville JV team. Congratulations. Good job.
Great show last week. I always enjoy watching the show. He was working.
Oh,
Working.
working man.
I hate when working gets in the
Damn
way.
it. Sorry, Larry. We take it all back. That was a good win for Del City, even if they did have their 8th grade quarterback on the field, Collinsville.
Oh boy, there it is.
What happened?
Leslie's chimed in. Not a hello. How's everything
Oh, starts
going?
right with
Oh,
a
yeah.
record.
Did she? I told you.
31-19.
We had a scouting report on you, Leslie. It was a good scouting report too.
Who's QB in Del City now? The transfer kid?
Tuttle kid moved in.
And then who's QB in Carl Albert? Did it end up being the kid from
Both quarterbacks.
they're rotating? Mm-hmm. It's been a while since they've done that there.
Well, they can get away with it this year.
Yeah.
With the Sperry kid moving on, they got a kid that played Carl Albert junior high football and high school football, and he was a senior this year. He wasn't going to get to play at all. Then Sperry moved, so now growing up wanting to be a Carl Albert quarterback, he gets to be a Carl Albert quarterback.
That's awesome.
And the Santa Fe kid transfer, mostly defense, but he plays offense as well.
But the other kid takes most of the snaps at QB.
Yeah. Yeah. Dallas evening.
Even in Dallas?
Now Leslie says good evening.
No. When are we going to start a little podcast?
6 o'clock.
Just stop.
I can't.
I need you to.
I'm a moderator for the show.
That can't be right.
Well, it just popped up. I got some work to do.
Hello and welcome to the High School Huddle. It is week 5 of the high school football season. After Friday night, we're halfway done with the regular season.
Really?
Along with Ronnie Phillips, Phil Nichols, I'm Chris Evans. We appreciate you checking us out here on Wednesday night, October 2nd, 2024. We are already here in the month of October. Our title sponsor is Red River Roofing. Be sure to go by and visit them. I know a lot of our friends down to the south in Oklahoma County had a lot of damage.
It's been a long 2 weeks.
To their property. So Red River really being a big factor in helping out a lot of families with all their claims, with all the roofs and car.
Just everything. They do a great job.
Windows, all that stuff.
Do a great job.
I got a new truck. I didn't think about my sunroof.
What about it?
Well, the hail damage, it could pop a window.
Well, it could, but it's covered.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
it's
you're
covered.
fine.
I don't want to, but
Well, you got a thing on the inside that, well, I mean, that'll keep the water from just pouring in.
for a few minutes.
It'll drip.
Yeah. So got a great crowd online. Appreciate those. Bring in the comments. We got a lot to talk about tonight. We got some stuff, little news off the field. Not a whole lot as much as last week with the ruling.
In my opinion, on anything?
I think we're good so far on that. We'll let you chime in here in a second. So we got our top 10 games of the week. We also have our predictions coming up here in a little bit as well. So a lot to get to here. I want to say hello to a lot of our folks. We've already kind of mentioned to them in our pregame show, but Dominic checking us out here on our Facebook page. And, he said, let's go Plainview Indians. Told Dominic earlier today, Plainview is in the top 10 games of the week. So we'll see Plainview, undefeated Plainview.
Against?
Very good team as well. So we'll talk about that here in a little bit. Some things off the news. Pecola. We mentioned them throughout the year. Pecola's Dakota Terrell. He's a senior. He commits to the University of Missouri.
Ooh.
Offers from Arkansas, Florida, Michigan, OU, OSU, and A&M.
And he picked Missouri?
I know. It
Biggest
feels weird.
frauds in college football right now.
Well, the schedule allows them to be that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
The worst schedule in the SEC. It's not even close. It's terrible.
Yeah, it's not very good. But he's a 3-star. He plays on both sides of the ball at Pecola. More than likely to play tight end at
Good for him.
at Missouri.
Good for him. That's awesome. Big deal.
6'8", 215.
Holy smokes.
He had some basketball offers. He's a two-star sport. 2-star athlete. Sam Houston State, I think, in Tulsa are his basketball offers. So
Speaking of 2 sports stars, remember that text I sent you last week? Jaden Nickens getting offered to play football and basketball at KU.
Kansas.
Finally got what he wanted.
It's a football school.
Yeah, he'll. It's that was interesting. Yeah, Jaden
Very
Nickens,
interesting. Yeah.
Kansas.
Well, Kansas is going to need to do those unique things with their plan right now.
Well, and the interesting thing, we talk about Pecola, and I really didn't know a whole lot about Dakota Terrell until this year, but softball, Pecola has Alyssa Brewer. She's committed to play for Patty Gasso softball, and she's also where I've gotten to see her is in the state basketball tournament. And
good basketball player.
You can look at her.
She got grit.
Yeah,
she's
an
tough.
athlete.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah, so you can definitely tell there. So you got 2 Division I kids walking the hallways of Pecola High School.
That's cool.
So you always talk about, man, I got to go to Jinx. I got to go to big school.
Gotta go to big school.
I got to go to big school to get noticed by these D1 schools. Here's Pecola, Oklahoma, a kid going to Missouri to play football, and a girl going to go to play softball at OU.
Would the difference be if he went to Jinx instead of being a 3-star, he's a 4-star? I mean,
You'd have the same amount of offers.
Well,
That's what I'm saying. The offers would be the same,
right.
but the
Stars.
experts might get him an extra star.
there's a conversation out there, and I don't know the Kevin Sperry.
Probably.
I don't know the Kevin Sperry family. I don't know Kevin Sperry, but the thing is, he was at Carl Albert. He's a 4-star committed to OU. Goes to Jeff Libby leaves OU to go to Mississippi State.
Yeah.
So why does Sperry leave? I mean, there was really never an answer given there. I mean, there was never a bona fide move either. But
Yeah.
That's a whole nother story.
that's a whole other podcast.
Yeah.
There.
What we should do.
Yeah, but there's talk out there, and I don't know if it's true or not, but there's talk that Sperry goes to Denton Guyer, which is where Jackson Arnold went to. If you go down to Denton Guyer and put on a show, because if you stay at Carl Albert, you beat El Reno, Noble, John Marshall, Western Heights,
Guthrie, yeah.
It's one thing. But if you go to Denton Guyer and tear it up, that 4-star could turn into a 5-star, and the 5-star turns into more NIL money.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot more.
So
money.
is that it's better for him anyway to go.
He's not a 5-star quarterback.
No, I would say no.
No.
Was Jackson Arnold?
In high school, he sure was. Yeah. Gatorade Player of the Year out of the states. Yeah,
Name's
definitely was.
Name's a little quicker.
A little quicker in college.
Yeah.
He's
quicker.
still got to make an adjustment.
Yeah.
So yeah,
He'll be on his feet one way or another somewhere.
So congratulations to Dakota Terrell. Broken Arrow named 2024 NFHS Performing Arts School of Excellence. This is a national award given of all 50 states, and Broken Arrow got that. They were the nice school to receive that honor, which started in 2016. So they'll be honored at the NFHS Summer Conference. Pretty big deal nationwide. That includes all your music, your choir, orchestra.
It is a big deal.
All that good stuff. So congratulations to Broken Arrow. Last week up in Tulsa Union, they had the cheerleading state championships. Phil?
I know. It's my sport.
Overall individual winner?
What was it?
No, I'm making that. I see. How did you were able to compete?
Stuck the landing.
Stuck the landing. The triple landing?
No, the triple Lindy.
Triple landing.
That's right. Kidding me?
That's for all you old folks watching that know the
One of the greatest movies ever made.
Yeah.
What's that?
Stop.
No. We can't move on until I know what this movie is.
it's
Old school.
Old school.
Old school. Rodney Dangerfield.
Ronnie.
Old school with
no Ronnie.
No,
Dangerfield.
go
Will
back
Ferrell.
to school.
Back to school.
Back to school.
oh, I think Will Ferrell.
Back to
I've
school.
seen that one.
Back to school.
Never seen it.
Oh, so good.
Congratulations to the 2A state champions, Cashin. That might
They
be
win
back
it
to
every
back.
year.
They win it every year.
Cash is pretty good, yeah.
3A Lincoln Christian, 4A Crossings, 5A Bishop McGinnis High School. So 3 private schools there in the middle, and Owasso Class 6A state champions in cheer. Congratulations to them. Baseball regionals are kicking up. 2A, A, and B this week. State will be next week for those folks. The Class 2A state championship will be Saturday, 12:05, Bricktown Ballpark. Ronnie, Connor will probably be there. We'll be there. No, you're not there.
No.
Class A state championship will be at 3 o'clock at the Bricktown Ballpark, and Class B championship game will be at Yukon High School at 12.
Is this volleyball you said?
No,
Baseball.
Oh, baseball. I got to pay attention.
Yeah, that would be.
Yeah, I apologize.
We'll move on to volleyball now.
Oh, good.
Yeah, 3A, 4A volleyball, they're getting ready for their regionals. Their state is October 19th at Sapulpa. 5A and 6A is October 26th at Moore. Softball regionals this week for A, B, and 2A. Larger schools will be next week. Hall of Fame Stadium will be the destination for that state tournament. A, B, 2A finals are October 12th. 3A, 4A, 5A, 6A finals will be October 19th.
I got a request for OSSA and Mr. Grant Gower. Can we move the fall state championship games to some other weekend besides OU Texas?
Every week.
Every year. It's OU Texas weekend, and we're doing fall baseball. We got to figure out another week. This would have been a perfect weekend with the bye week for OU and Texas. It just would have been perfect.
Maybe it's good luck that the Sooners play Texas when we're broadcasting baseball because they came from behind last year.
They sure did. That was a good game. And I was very distracted for 3 innings of that game.
And that's
Just
fine.
3?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's when it got good. So
That's when it really got good.
some tough news. Sand Springs former football coach Dustin Kennard passed away at the age of 50. We got to meet Coach Kennard when we do the broadcast for Guthrie, and Guthrie played Sand Springs there for 2 years in a row. But second longest tenure at Sand Springs. He was there for 13 seasons, 6-year battle with pancreatic cancer, led the Sandites to the state runner-up back in 2015. There was always, trying to be politically correct. Sand Springs, when they fired him, let him go, they say, hey, we're just moving on. He's like, no, I was fired. I mean, that's how he was.
Yeah.
So he's also served as assistant coach before that. After Sand Springs, he went to Manford, but he was assistant coach at Tall Sea Central, Broken Arrow, South Lake Carroll, and Owasso. So the coach knew how to get it going. So his services, I think, up north in another state. So condolences to his family.
That's right.
October 2nd, it started yesterday. Basketball and wrestling practice.
Oh, I thought you were talking about bow season for hunting.
Officially.
Yeah,
October
officially.
1st.
They can go after school and work until the coach says they're done working. Yeah. And one final note I got off the field, Jaguar Stadium.
Oh,
Debuts this week.
goodness.
Their first game for Westmore High
that's
School.
right.
Yep. It's homecoming against Norman North. Good opponent to have this year on homecoming. So Jaguars got their first win last week against UConn. So the first-year head coach David White got his first victory for Westmore as well. So some of the news and notes I have off the field this week. Nothing quite like last week with the transfer rules and all that stuff. So we're going to talk about Jinx here in a little bit.
Good.
You got things to say about that?
Yeah.
You got things?
Yeah.
All right. When we'll go over our games last week that we picked on here. So we did the show Wednesday. I get a message Thursday morning and said, "Hey, why'd you pick Collinsville? You picked Collinsville to beat Del City. They don't have their quarterback.
Quarterback's out.
I'm like, what? And so
the running back.
at the time, I didn't know about the running back.
Yeah.
I still don't. I don't know. I haven't seen, but it sounds like it was not there. Rigby. Anyway, so I start messaging three people in the Tulsa area, and they hadn't heard about it. And I looked at all the papers up there. Not one word has even been said to this day. Skylar Mormon, the junior quarterback, left-handed. But I got the message that he's out for the year. I haven't seen that confirmed. I even looked up the article, some beat writer or somebody working for the Tulsa World. He was on Twitter, said, hey, I on direct message him on Twitter and go, hey, your article, where's Skylar Mormon? He goes, if he's not in the article, he didn't play. I'm like, all right.
Ask and answer.
Ask and answer.
That's right.
So, yeah.
We should get a redo on that one.
Yeah, we should.
We clearly would have picked Del City if the quarterback
Not
was
even
there.
close.
Yeah. I would have picked it like 49-0. What was the final score?
61-10.
Pretty close.
Collinsville had 10 points, 10 punts.
I didn't know you get a point for punting.
I think you just.
You need to punt a whole lot more.
I think we just take the L like men and move on.
Oh, now we're being okay.
Well, I mean, it's the right thing to do.
Yeah, we'll revisit that here in a little bit, and
Put asterisks.
big asterisk.
Big asterisk by, yeah.
Well, I think
That's like 3 or 4 games this year that we didn't have all the
Oh,
information.
I've been
on.
absolutely hosed.
No,
Phil's the
stop.
victim here.
Oh, I have been multiple
I
times.
think you need to be a man and just agree.
I did move on.
And well, you're complaining right now. So
I'm not complaining. I made a statement.
go ahead, move on. Move on.
So, all right. Leslie says, "Are those new note cards? Where's Phil's?"
I don't get anything
Phil
provided. I have no benefit plan. I have no vacation.
I can give Phil 15 million of these, and he wouldn't even take the wrapper off. So,
It's true. It's true.
It's a valid point.
It's a valid point.
good question though, Leslie. Thank you for that. Okay, Dallas said, I had no clue about that kid in Collinsville's like 10 miles from me. I've looked everywhere. I've looked on the X, Twitters, I've looked.
Well, Larry confirmed that he was out.
Correct. And the guy who wrote the article confirmed that he didn't play because they only attempted 16 passes. Mormon would attempt 16 passes in the first quarter.
Right.
So that's how I knew he was not in there. So, yeah, that's
Different situation.
yeah. We so I gave all the high school people up in Tulsa the lead.
Yeah.
They
Didn't run with it.
haven't run with it yet. So Dallas, do some work. They're 10 minutes from you, so dial them up and see where they're at, what the situation is. Maybe he's not out for the year. I was told he's out for the year.
That's bad.
And it
Hate
was
that.
Del City people who told me that he was not
Okay.
playing. Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yes, I remember that.
Del
now.
City.
Yeah. Yeah.
Del
yeah.
City folks who they played there. So So we'll talk about that a little bit more a little bit later on. So let's get our opening timeout here, presented by Red River Roofing. We come back, take a look at some of the games last week. Also take a look at our top 5. We got the top 10 games of the week to get to, plus all the questions and comments that you guys will be sending our way via the chat. We're live on Second Banana Media, also on Facebook. Go to Facebook and look up High School Huddle. Larry Phillips says excuses.
Calling us out. Larry, I'm with you. There's no room for excuses.
Larry, have you seen our record? We need all the excuses.
We need all the help we can get, believe me.
Yeah, so
it's not good.
All right. We'll take our opening timeout. This is the High School Huddle.
At home, the office, or your commercial building, you want a professional roofing contractor you can trust. Red River Roofing Siding and Windows has been the Oklahoma leader in residential and commercial roof repair, maintenance, and replacement for over 2 decades. Partnering with the best manufacturers to offer the best roofing systems with the best warranty protection and the best financing plan in the industry. Avoid the high volume of underqualified, untrained contractors and call Red River Roofing Siding and Windows today.
Today I'm sharing Golden Chick with the world.
Are you ready to taste Golden Chick for the first time?
100% tenderloin, that's where the golden tenders come from. Marinated for 24 hours.
It is amazing.
Then we also got the rolls, made fresh.
It feels like they were just baked.
You know why it feels that way? They were.
Every time I go, I love to get extra rolls, so I love it.
We are being kind of photobombed right now by the one and only Clucky. Have you met Clucky the chicken? Don't get too starstruck. He's just a regular guy. One taste, and you're golden. He's on Tender. That's like a chicken dating app.
Sometimes you need immediate care and can't get in to see your doctor during regular hours. With Mercy Convenient Care in Guthrie, you can walk in without an appointment and get the medical attention you need at a lower cost and with shorter waiting time than your local emergency room. The Mercy Convenient Care is located at 2919 South Division. For any concerns, call 405-282-6301. Services are provided by Mercy Hospital, Logan County. Choose Guthrie. Choose Mercy.
Exxon was founded by 2 combat-proven veterans to help businesses grow from mediocre to exceptional. We know from experience that your culture and trust throughout the organization drive superior performance. Most business owners focus on the urgent rather than the important. They are just struggling to survive. The team at Exxon helps owners identify challenges, build solutions, and focus on growth. Do you trust your team? Does your team trust you? If not, we can help. We are Exxon.
Hey, you in the third row. Yes, you. When was your last dental checkup? Dr. Lewis Turney and his staff provide dental care in a fun, relaxing environment. Still not convinced? Prefer to sleep through your appointment? No problem. We can do that too. Our staff can ensure you have a relaxing experience no matter what. Got kids? Hey, so do we. Come see what all the moms are talking about. Our kid-friendly staff loves to provide care to even the tiniest of teeth. Give us a call today. We've got the whole family covered.
Give Dr. Lewis Turney a call at 282-7600.
For centuries, it was a windswept prairie until the run of '89 saw settlers scramble for land and life in a newborn town as Oklahoma's territorial capital, Guthrie. Bank First is loyal to the preservation movement that reclaimed Oklahoma's first state capital. And we're loyal to the banking legacy born at the corner of First and Oklahoma streets. Bank First. Loyal to Oklahoma. Loyal to you.
At Mosquito and Pest Authority, our job is to keep you pest-free. Our signature mosquito control service and pest-proof barrier 360 service ensures that you aren't bothered by mosquitoes outside or pests inside. That's right, 2 brands, 2 services, only 1 visit needed. Don't believe us? We guarantee it, or we'll come back at no charge to you. No mosquitoes, no pests, no contracts, guaranteed. Call Ronnie and Sarah Phillips today at 405-916-0471.
Absolutely.
Welcome back, High School Huddle. Week 5 of the football season is here. Glad to have you here on this Wednesday night, getting ready for the big Friday night schedule. Coming up here in a little bit, we'll have our top 10 games of the week. A little bit of reshuffling in the rankings this week, top 5 as well. We'll get to that here in a little bit. So last week was 6-4 for Chris. Both Phil and Ronnie go 7-3. As you see, that should say after week 4. But
Why do I have one less loss than you, but we have wins?
What's a cumulative?
Overall.
Overall.
But if we have this, no, there's if we have the same amount of losses and a different amount of wins, we called the same number of games.
50 and 50.
50.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you
plus
said 19.
50.
I'm so sorry. Sorry, my eyes. It's not only my hearing; it's my eyesight also. I miss Saul.
Okay, so
Let's move on.
Can't make a mistake around here.
well,
That's okay. Go ahead.
so we all three of us picked Bixby over Jinx.
Yep.
Bixby 21-7. We'll talk about Jinx here in a little bit as their offensive woes continue. We all picked Choctaw over Piedmont.
Yep.
It was 60-45. It was like a basketball game.
Yeah.
And why is Choctaw allowing Piedmont to score 40 points in a
It's a
game?
high-powered offense.
Choctaw was up in the first half.
Yeah. Piedmont.
I'm sorry, Piedmont.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's right.
sure was.
We all picked Owasso over Broken Arrow.
Yeah.
We all picked Edmond Memorial over Norman North, who's
That's
now
right.
0-4.
Who's terrible right now? Yeah.
We all picked Stillwater to beat Lawton Nike.
Yeah.
And we all picked Norman to beat Edmond North.
Yeah.
We all lost Deer Creek Collinsville game, which
Asterisk.
Deer Creek.
Asterisk.
Oh, Del City.
Del City. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
DC,
Yeah.
the other DC.
Yeah, Del City.
Yeah. Del City beats Collinsville. We all lost that one. Larry says, I'm sorry, but even with the starting quarterback, Del City still wins. The quarterback can't block for himself.
Yeah, he said the defensive line was in their backfield all night.
Well, yeah, because when you have a young quarterback, you can go send that.
Yep.
Send them all.
Yep.
Mormon.
Yep.
Yeah. And if Larry was there or heard about it, if the starting running back, I think Rigby is his name, wasn't there, then you're really crashing
sending
the party.
everybody,
You're
yeah.
really crashing the party. So, but yeah, we'll see how far Collinsville, if they're in the top 5 still. Yeah, they're gone. we all lost the Weatherford Clinton game.
Yeah. I'm with Ronnie. I should have trusted Clinton.
I haven't trusted Clinton all year, and I should have went with my gut. Should have went with the best player on the field.
Yep. Yep.
So here's the two that were the difference makers. Phil picked Moore to beat Mustang.
Well, it's obvious. It was an obvious
Yeah,
pick.
why was that obvious, Phil?
Well, there's a
Tell us
lot of
more.
reasons. We don't have time. We got a lot of things to get to. Go ahead, Chris.
Okay. I have some notes here in a second I can share about that game here.
See what he said.
And then Ronnie picks his Ida Bell Warriors
They came through strong.
to beat Holland Hall, and they did.
Tell them the score.
Oh, it was a butt whip.
Dominating fashion.
It was
I can't
dominating.
remember.
My Ida Bell Warriors.
It was a bunch to a little.
I'm back. 41 to like 7 or something like that.
Yeah, it was a bunch.
Leslie wants to let everyone know that she was 8-2 this
Oh,
week.
I had no idea.
Leslie also didn't get the news about the Collinsville quarterback being out, and a bad snap at the end, toward the end of the game, cost Leslie a 9-1 season or 9-1 week last week. So, so good week there for
Good job, Leslie.
for
Good
Leslie. If you're counting at home, and Grant will come back and watch this. Grant was 6-4. 6-4 last
Just
week.
so you know.
And he said, "Why are we picking all these easy games?"
He
You
did.
go 6-4.
You go 6-4.
Just so you know, Leslie writes down everything. She's got her overall record. She knows who she picks. She knows who we pick every week.
This all started when she won the NCAA.
Yeah,
bracket.
she's in it. Oh yeah, she's in it
So
to win
she
it.
keeps notes. You keep notes.
Oh, yeah.
I keep notes.
I don't remember what I picked.
That's right.
Yeah.
Leslie, what's your overall record? For
She's
for the
31-19.
years? So we'll get to that here.
And that's what mine is. Or yours.
Mine is.
That's what yours. Oh, so I'm still beating her by a game.
Yep.
So Tulsa Union. Let's talk about Union. They have a big game coming up here in a little bit. They beat Santa Fe 26-14. Shaker Rizik, great quarterback, but they're battling some injuries right now on the offensive line. Remember, the wide receiver got shot a couple of weeks. I don't think he has come back yet. So we'll see how they got a big game. We'll talk about that here in a little bit this week with Owasso.
Yeah.
Union Owasso.
Best team in the state.
Owasso with a tremendous schedule. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, I said all of them.
Yeah, so and then you look at the Jinx Trojans. Let's talk about Jinx. They lose to Bixby 21-7. Jinx offense has now scored 10 points in the last 2 weeks. 3 straight losses. They have some injuries, and they also have some newcomers. We talked about Jinx having that big transfer class in, probably the best transfer move-in class there is in the state. But you can have all that, but you got to play together as a unit. So I don't know where that's not coming. The offense, Katie Jones still getting his 100-plus yards every game, but I think the passing game is probably hurting them a little bit.
The quarterback play's been not good.
Yeah.
It's been not good, and defensively they're giving up a lot.
Yeah.
So we might have just all been snookered by the Jinx
Yeah, when we get to the rankings, they're out. There's number 6 in mine.
Yeah, but they opened the season beating Santa Fe, but then their next 3 games are Wausau, Union, Bixby. Those 3 teams in the top 4.
Yeah. Union loses to Stillwater though. So it's not really a good loss. If you're Jinx, with the expectations what Jinx had, that's not a good loss.
And then Stillwater loses to 5A Carl Albert, which there's no shame in that, but still.
No, Carl Albert would be ranked 2 in 6A right now.
I think they'd be ranked 1 in 6A 2. You talking about
6A 1, they'd be ranked 2.
Probably. Yeah, that's right. I'd probably have.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'd have a Wausau ahead of them.
The Wausau ahead of them, then Carl Albert number 2.
Yeah, you're probably right. Probably right.
I
know. Here comes Chris.
I don't know.
Chris.
I don't know.
Chris, Union loses to Stillwater, okay, and then Carl Albert just absolutely destroys Stillwater. So
now that was
it's not apples to apples. I get it, but you got to take that into consideration.
And that was the week when Union lost to Stillwater. I have no ties to Union. I don't care. That was the week, the game right after when teammates were shot in the face and in the neck, and and we don't know what all else was involved. Were the other players there? I mean, we don't know what all was going on. So they were obviously distracted somewhat.
Yeah.
Still had Shaker, though.
Right, yeah. So Jinx, 3 points against Union, 7 points against Bixby. So we'll see. They got Norman this week, and we'll talk about that game here in a little bit.
Undefeated Norman.
Yeah, a couple of undefeated teams. Bixby wins that game 21-7. Bixby, by the way, 17 new starters, and they still play 2 quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Phil, you know what they did before that Bixby Jinx game?
What did they do, Ronnie?
They brought a helicopter out. And this could be 100% normal in those 4 schools up there. They brought a helicopter out in the middle of the field and threw Chick-fil-A out to students. Ain't that awesome?
And you think Carl Albert can handle with that?
Why would they throw the crappiest chicken sandwich in the world out there?
Had parachutes. I mean, it's the coolest thing ever.
Chick-fil-A sandwich is terrible.
Moving on. Nobody believes you.
Everybody believes me.
No.
Let's see here. Get back to my. See here. Moore wins over. Who am I trying to say? Mustang.
That's such an obvious pick.
Moore wins it 21-20. Maverick Gardner for Moore. 145 yards, 2 touchdowns, 18 carries. A fumbled snap for Mustang led to a missed 32-yard field goal as time expires.
Yeah. Tough deal.
Ronnie and I were close to flipping it around.
8-2, and now I'm 7-3 with Phil again. So I got to pick up my game. This is terrible.
It is bad.
Yeah, it's been interesting.
Especially with your start. With your start to the year. Bad start.
Rough start.
And I'm only a game ahead of you. That's terrible.
Had a rough start.
As long as Chris don't win.
6-8-2. Look at some of those scores from there. What do we want to begin with, Phil?
The 6-8-2?
Yeah.
I was reading Dallas's comment. I value what Dallas has to say, and I was distracted. Can you say it again, please?
Dallas says, Jinx has some big problems right now. Not good when parents are calling out the offensive play calling on Twitter.
Yeah, that's not good.
Yeah, and it's everywhere. It's not just
not just
your hometown.
That's right. It's everywhere.
It's every.
A lot of great coaches in the stands.
Yeah, I think there's again, when you get those kind of transfers in, whatever you want to call them. It's if as a staff, and again, I have no idea. This is just me on the outside looking in. If you got a bunch of me players and not a bunch of team players, is an issue. And there's talk on social media this week. Well, my son did great. We're off to Georgia Bama now this weekend. You got a lot of me players. It could be on that team. A
lot of me everywhere,
and that's an issue. Football is the ultimate team sport, except for the quarterback spot, as Mr. Nick Saban says, but. At some point, if it's just me, the team's going to be bad. You might have 6 or 7 D1 recruits, but at that point, it doesn't matter. You're trying to win a gold ball.
And that's part of the challenge. We talked last week about a lot of different things. It kept me busy Thursday morning on the phone. But it's our society.
Yeah,
it's not just in football. It's me everywhere. It's everywhere. It's evolved, it's changed, and not necessarily for the better.
The quarterback leaves 3-0 his team because he doesn't, whether who's right or wrong, but is that a little bit of me too?
Sure it is. Yeah. 100% it is.
Yeah. So we talked about Piedmont and Choctaw. Choctaw wins that game. Cash Williams, quarterback for the Yellow Jackets, 19-25, 223 yards, 3 scores.
1 or 2 quarterbacks that game.
I didn't get to watch. Okay. I haven't gone back and watched that one there.
With that stat line, everybody knows who the quarterback is, though.
Oh yeah, no doubt,
Yeah,
I mean,
we just heard rumors that both of them were playing.
Well, I can tell you, I didn't watch last Choctaw game. I watched the game before with Choctaw. I can't remember who it was. Kansas? You know what? No, I lied. I did check out Piedmont and Choctaw. Played two quarterbacks.
The whole game?
Well, I only watched the first quarter. I had enough flex bone. Moved on.
Man can only take so much.
Yeah. But receiver Hayden Mounts, 7 receptions, 99 yards, and 2 scores. I'm going to go roll back to Chris Cunningham. If you leave a comment, I like to get it on there. So Craig says, Jinx reminds me of Kentucky in March Madness last year. All the talent in the world, but it doesn't seem like a cohesive team.
That's fair.
I have some things I will say about Jinx when we get to the top 5.
Okay.
Okay. They have a tough schedule. I think they can get some momentum. Now, they got some West Side teams that they're going to be playing that are pretty good this year. So there's still time for Jinx for all these players to come together and get it. They just got to stay the course, I think. And then in the playoffs,
hard to bet against.
When you see the Jinx Trojan marching band semi truck comes in, it's a different story when it's November and not September and October. So we'll see how that goes out there. Muskogee, boy, what was the final score here?
59-14.
Thank you. 59-14. Jamarian Ficklin. Congratulations, 100th career passing touchdown. He ended up with 6 touchdowns in the victory over Ponca City. 102 rushing yards, 173 passing yards, 9 of 17, 2 touchdowns. The Bartlesville move in to Muskogee. P.J. Wallace, 189 yards on 13 carries and a score. And we'll talk about 6A2 when we see the rankings here, but it's a very, very, very top heavy. And
very top heavy.
I did a top 10 rankings, and I almost went 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, like your choice. I'll explain that here in a little bit.
Do a random generator number on that. The bottom 5.
6A2 Southmore. Interesting thing about Southmore. They beat U.S. Grant, which is why this is perfect for Southmore to go from 6A1 to 6A2 so they can play some teams like this. But Southmore's 2-2. It's their best record since 2016 when they started off 3-1 and finished with a 6-5 record. It's the first time the Sabercats have won more than one game since 2020. Wow. And they were 3-8 that year. Wow. So Southmore has an overall record of 6-38 since the 2020s. So they are very happy to be in 6A2.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt.
And one other 6A2 note, Pumpkin City, we'll be talking about them here in a little bit. They're off to a 3-1 start after losing their first game to UConn. But head coach Willis Alexander, a friend of ours, we've seen him have success at Douglas, a little bit at Mount St. Mary's, but he's got a Pumpkin City team that's starting to believe there. They're in 6A2, so that really, really helps them. So
helps them big time.
Coach Willis Alexander doing a great job up there for them.
Heck of a coach.
Look at McAllister. By the way, I looked it up. I did confirm it. I think I forgot my sheets as we get into 5A football. Carl Albert wins District 5A2, and if Dale City wins District 5A4, state semifinals.
Semis, okay.
It is there.
Sucks.
That's going to be a good finals game.
Should we call? We should probably call that game.
So if you're in
state championship,
yeah, that'd be a fun game.
Basically, de facto state championship game.
So now for all the other teams out there, you start maneuvering. Well, if we finish 4th instead of 3rd.
Yeah.
We can be on the opposite side and have a shot at getting into a championship game.
Correct.
So
football coaches aren't wired that way.
Some of them are.
Some of them are.
Well, that's not a good mentality to have though as football. I do baseball. All the time.
You got to get other kids in the game. You got to get good reps. I mean, you got.
In baseball, that's easy. That's easy.
You got to heal some injuries You got to heal some injuries before the playoffs.
Easy,
We got to have him 100% before we play.
If we lose the second game of doubleheader, we don't have to. Yeah, let's throw that freshman kid today.
Let's do that.
We got to get better. We got to get healthy. 5A football, McAllister. Their defense has allowed 44 points all season long. And you're like, well, who have they played? And that's a right question. Broken Bow, Poto, Ada, and Coweta.
Strong.
So McAllister, Shawnee, Coach Madonna. 3-1 are the Wolves. They got Booker T this week. But Dietrich Beavers, 20 carries, 197 yards, and 2 touchdowns. So good to see Shawnee
having
on the
some
success.
Yeah, that's right. for years they were a powerhouse in 5A and went up to 6A before, and took their lumps there and found their way back in 5A.
By the way, if you're counting at home, Western Heights did not score a point against Carl Albert, so Carl Albert continues to have the shutout.
How many first downs have they given up this year? That'd be an interesting stat, wouldn't it?
7. I have no idea.
That would be interesting.
Yeah.
I think 7 would be a lot. Well, I guess they did. Well, maybe not.
Who knows?
Well,
not many.
I'll take the under.
You take the under?
On 7.
I'd take the over first.
I would take the over, yeah.
I'd take the over.
Midwest City, Lawton Heights, Stillwater, and Heights.
Well,
maybe Stillwater. Stillwater could have had 7 by themselves.
That's what I'm banking on.
They had 0 points.
Yeah.
I don't know. That weren't caused by a penalty, of course.
Right. So as far as Carl Albert giving up a point, it's interesting. They got El Reno this week.
They could go 10-0 and not give up the point.
El Reno can sneak a field goal.
That's what I'm saying. El Reno
can sneak a Guthrie for sure can sneak a field goal there with their 4 kickers.
Yep. Guthrie had 3 field goals.
Good.
In the game against Star Marshall. It's the first time I think we got together. Guthrie's 3 field goals in one game was the first time since like 1994.
Wow.
Ben Young had those 3 field goals. I think it was against Douglas, but so those are some of the 5A notes. We'll talk more about these here in a little bit when we look at these in our top 5 in our next segment here. Pauls Valley, they got a big one this week with Plainview. I think that's going to be a top 5 matchup this week. Pauls Valley. We always talk about the Division I Baylor commit for Pauls Valley, but they also have a pretty good quarterback in Tanner Perry. He was 12 of 19 for 202 yards and a touchdown, 16 carries, 126 yards in the victory over Kingfisher, 43-30. OCS down in 2A, 1 football, another victory late in the ball game-winning field goal with 2:23. I can't remember who they had the late score as the timeout situation. I can't remember who that was against, but OCS beats Chisholm 25-22. Congratulations to Tanner Roof on another close victory. And we talked about Picola earlier with the Division I kid committing the Dakota kid. How about his running back AJ Lyons? Gerald up to 239 yards, 2 touchdowns in the victory over Warner. They're now 3-1. Trey Bennett, Woodland, Class A football, quarterback, 15 of 18 for 244 yards and 5 touchdowns. I think we'll definitely see Woodland in the state championship game. Sand Springs, wide receiver, 6 catches, 176 yards. Easton Webb, the Sand Springs quarterback, played really well as well. I think those most of my notes on my individual players here. So, McAdoo at Tuttle had another big game this week. So, what did he have this week? McAdoo nearly 100 yards on 4 receptions. So, 200 all-purpose yards. So, congratulations to
Blanchard, 21-7 over Hare. That's
21-7.
Yeah,
thought it'd be more.
Don't we have Blanchard in the top 10 this week?
Yeah, they are.
Top 10 game?
Yeah.
Blanchard, Bethany.
Yeah.
That's a good game.
I don't know. We'll pick on that one now.
A little bit. Make sure I didn't miss any kids of note. Mount St. Mary, we'll talk about them, but Mount St. Mary's undefeated. Mount St. Mary's undefeated. So let's see here. 2 comments before we get to our next break. Dallas says, as of right now, Jinx will be on Owasso's side of the bracket in the playoffs.
That ain't good for Jinx.
And Larry says, no, that's not true. I don't know what he's talking about. Got to keep reading here. I wasn't like that. With my son and nephew, and River all wasn't like that. You know why? Because the parents of those kids taught them better.
And I 100% agree with that. That's the reason why you guys are in the state championship game, because you guys could play like a team.
Played 100%.
Played 100%.
That's going back to what we were talking about with the Jinx deal.
We saw them play multiple times that year, including the state championship game we did.
And they were disciplined.
Very disciplined team. I mean, they were good. They you can tell they love being with each other. Every play, they're high-fiving, loving the game, and having a good time, and you just don't see that at Jinx right now.
River Warren up and down the Del City hallways. I mean, it was just camaraderie just from the beginning.
It's just hard to keep them apart when they're spend every day in the classroom together.
Yeah.
3:15 to 6:30.
Del City Falls last year in the championship. I think their last state championship was 1976. So we'll see.
But I'll tell you this, Larry Fields, his son now at Oklahoma State University. On the football team and his nephew.
Yep.
man, just some outstanding skill kids on that team. They were special.
Larry, can you play quarterback? You have any eligibility left? You might want to call Mike Gundy up.
Yeah, that's right.
Looking for a quarterback.
Looking for a quarterback up there.
I know Mr. Fields, his son, in that state championship game, they might have lost the game, but his son was the best player. He was the best player on the field that day.
He sure was.
Yeah, he was a man. Yeah, he's a man.
He was fun, man. Fun to watch.
Yeah, he's
All
a
right,
man.
we're up against our next break here on the High School Huddle, presented by Red River Roofing. Coming up, we're going to take a look at the top 5, and Ronnie has some more things to say about Jinx. I just know it here. So take your time out. This is the High School Huddle.
Mom, Red River's going to fix our roof.
Buddy, it's going to be easy getting a quote after that storm. Have you seen those roofers?
I could get you a new roof. Wait.
That will be out of business next week.
Roofing!
Let's quit messing with these clowns and call Red River Roofing.
Exxon was founded by 2 combat-proven veterans to help businesses grow from mediocre to exceptional. We know from experience that your culture and trust throughout the organization drive superior performance. Most business owners focus on the urgent rather than the important. They are just struggling to survive. The team at Exxon helps owners identify challenges, build solutions, and focus on growth. Do you trust your team? Does your team trust you? If not, we can help. We are Exxon.
Hey, you in the third row. Yes, you. When was your last dental checkup? Dr. Louis Turney and his staff provide dental care in a fun, relaxing environment. Still not convinced? Prefer to sleep through your appointment? No problem. We can do that too. Our staff can ensure you have a relaxing experience no matter what. Got kids? Hey, so do we. Come see what all the moms are talking about. Our kid-friendly staff loves to provide care to even the tiniest of teeth. Give us a call today. We've got the whole family covered.
Give Dr. Louis Turney a call at 282-7600.
At Mosquito and Pest Authority, our job is to keep you pest-free. Our signature mosquito control service and pest-proof barrier 360 service ensures that you aren't bothered by mosquitoes outside or pests inside. That's right, 2 brands, 2 services, only 1 visit needed. Don't believe us? We guarantee it, or we'll come back at no charge to you. No mosquitoes, no pests, no contracts, guaranteed. Call Ronnie and Sarah Phillips today at 405-916-0471.
For centuries, it was a windswept prairie until the run of '89 saw settlers scramble for land and life in a newborn town as Oklahoma's territorial capital, Guthrie. Bank First is loyal to the preservation movement that reclaimed Oklahoma's first state capital. And we're loyal to the banking legacy born at the corner of First and Oklahoma Streets. Bank First. Loyal to Oklahoma. Loyal to you.
Today I'm sharing Golden Chick with the world. Are you ready to taste Golden Chick for the first time? 100% tenderloin. That's where the golden tenders come from. Marinated for 24 hours.
It is amazing.
Then we also got the rolls, made fresh.
It feels like they were just baked.
You know why it feels that way? They were.
Every time I go, I love to get extra rolls, so I love it.
We are being kind of photobombed right now by the one and only Clucky. Have you met Clucky the chicken? Don't get too starstruck. He's just a regular guy. One taste, and you're golden. He's on Tender. That's like a chicken dating app.
Sometimes you need immediate care and can't get in to see your doctor during regular hours. With Mercy Convenient Care in Guthrie, you can walk in without an appointment and get the medical attention you need at a lower cost and with shorter waiting time than your local emergency room. The Mercy Convenient Care is located at 2919 South Division. For any concerns, call 405-282-6301. Services are provided by Mercy Hospital, Logan County. Choose Guthrie. Choose Mercy.
High School Huddle continues on. M&M's are really, really good.
Why are you eating those?
It's cheat day.
Cheat day.
Cheat day.
You get 6 of them.
Ronnie Phillips, Nichols, Chris Evans with you, getting ready for week 5 of the high school football season. Thursday and Friday, we got a lot of games to talk about. We have the top 10 games of the week in our next segment. Top 10 games of the week in our next segment, but we also have some additional games we'll take a look at as well. But in this segment, we always like to look at each classification. We can talk about it in teams belong, don't belong, who's on the rise, who needs to come down, and all that great stuff. So we will go with the High School Huddle top 5. We will begin with the smallest class in 11-man football in A2. Woodland 1, Thomas 2, Regent Prep 3, Hominy 4, and Mangum 5. Not a whole lot there. I do think I think it's going to probably take to the playoffs until we start to see some movement there. But Woodland is by far heads and above everybody in Class A2. There's some other good storylines in A2, but Woodland really dominating those right now. Take a look at Class A1. Fairview, number 1. Hooker, number 2. Rejoice Christian, 3. Pacola, 4. And Pahuska at number 5. Pahuska with the one slip. They got beat by somebody really good, a class above them, I think it was. I can't remember who it was.
It was our top 10 game.
Yeah, it was.
I think I got that one right.
Yeah, because Chris is the only one that picked Pahuska.
Yeah.
Well, I almost had to.
We didn't have to.
Well, let's see here. Pahuska, they are 4-1. They got beat by Woodland.
Yes.
So,
Same
class. Yeah.
Domination game.
Yeah. 46-8.
Yeah.
46-8, but they did beat Hominy 46-24. We saw that Hominy in the A2 rankings. Take a look at the Class 2A2 rankings. Remember, there's 12 classes this year. The Warriors, number 1. No issues in the regular season. It's always the playoffs for Vian. Yep. They've been so close. Adair, number 2. Stroud, number 3. Davis at number 4. Beggs, number 5. Ronnie, yours is a little bit different, right?
Let me see.
I think you had. I don't think you had Beggs at 5.
I don't. I have the Gold Bugs still at number
Alva
5.
Gold Bugs,
Alva,
yes.
yeah. Still got Alva number 5.
All right. So move on to 2A1 rankings. Washington number 1, Millwood number 2. Millwood's only slip up this year was Heritage Hall 28-25. That game came down the very end. Metro Christian number 3, Jones 4, and Marlowe number 5.
Yeah, I think I feel really good about that ranking.
Jones and Marlowe for me is switched. I got them switched.
Jones is good.
You got Jones at 5.
I do, yep.
Huh.
All right, Class 3A high school rankings. Lincoln Christian number 1, Heritage Hall number 2, Sulphur number 3, Pauls Valley 4, and Plainview 5.
That's
so in our next segment,
that's perfect top 5.
In our next segment, we'll have number 4 versus number 5 coming up here.
Sulphur is really good.
The Bulldogs. Class 4A high school huddle rankings. Wagner number 1.
It's still wrong.
Still wrong.
Still wrong.
Well, as soon as Phil changes his mind, I'm not changing my mind. Elgin number 2, Tuttle 3, Blanchard 4, Bethany 5.
Another 4 versus 5 in the top 5.
Yep. We'll have
10.
that pick here in a little bit as well. Blanchard and Bethany.
That's going to be a tough one to pick.
Yeah, it is. I know who I'm picking, but
yeah, I know who I'm picking.
Yeah.
Class 5A rankings. Here we go. Collinsville gets beat 61-10 without their quarterback, without their running back. Number 5.
Yes.
Carl Everett, number 1. Dell City, number 2. McGinnis, number 3. Lawton MacArthur, number 4. And the McAllister Buffaloes.
That is a perfect top 5 right there. That's
5.
exactly what I have. Phil, is that what you got?
Well, it's up there.
Yeah. Chris, what's your top 5?
Exactly like that, but I'm still a homer. I got Guthrie at 5.
You got to take care of the ball. Until they start taking care of the ball, they're going to lose a lot of games. You got to take care of the ball.
They're going to win a lot of games in the near future. They got Carl Albert. McAllister has not played Tuttle, has not played Blanchard, has not played Tuttle, Blanchard. It seems like there was, maybe it was just those two teams.
They played close games, but they've taken care of the ball, though. That's the difference in those games.
Yeah. We'll see how McAllister, how they play out.
So exactly how far did you drop your preseason 5A state champion Collinsville Cardinals?
Yeah, no, I did pick Collinsville, and with the injury, it wasn't meant to be. We were going to ride it to his championship. We had the parade route all ready to go, but
you lose one player makes that much difference.
Oh, it's a huge difference. Absolutely. Yeah. The quarterback spot?
Yeah. Good. Heck, the better quarterback normally wins every game.
Carl Everett can't even pick a quarterback. They're undecided on who should be the quarterback at Carl Albert.
OT Fred. He just can't help himself.
T Fred. Let's see here. T Fred has Carl Albert 1, McGinnis 2, Dell City 3, Lawton MacArthur 4.
McGinnis over Dell City,
and Guthrie 5.
Dell City run rules, McGinnis. they play. Run rules then.
We're not talking baseball.
That's okay. Dell City beats them by 5 touchdowns.
Okay, there you go. 5? Yeah. McGinnis wins that baseball. McGinnis wins that baseball game.
Yeah, we'll see about McGinnis. I think, is McGinnis MacArthur next week?
Ooh.
McGinnis, no, that's week 10.
Yeah.
That's
really their first test, I think.
Yeah, McGinnis got Midwest City this week. So was it?
If a bad Midwest City competes with McGinnis, we'll have our answer.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the question is McGinnis, what has McGinnis done to be in the top 5? I think it has more to do with the outside the top 2 teams.
After the top 2 is not very good.
Yeah.
Now.
Yeah.
It's not.
Wait until we get to 6A2.
Yeah. Oh, boy.
But you look at McGinnis, they got beat 36 points to Deer Creek, which, that's not, they beat Bishop Kelly, who's
a bad team.
Bishop Lynch, Bishop Carroll, don't know anything about them.
Bishop Carroll's a horrible team this year.
McGinnis is going to beat Midwest City, going to beat Duncan, going to beat Southeast. And then their last 2 games of the year for McGinnis is on the road at Newcastle, at MacArthur. So, then you look at Lawton MacArthur, who I think would become down MacArthur McGinnis in that 1-2 spot. And then Newcastle, Midwest City could fight for that 3-4 spot. You look at MacArthur, first game of the year, got beat by Elgin by 3 touchdowns, 28-7. And then they beat Eisenhower, beat Lawton, beat Ponca City. They got Classen, they got Duncan, Midwest City before they play Newcastle, then Southeast, and then McGinnis.
Yeah.
So it's And then after that, McAllister, Guthrie, Claremore, Tahlequah, all in that conversation. It's all there. Claremore lost quite a few players from last year's state semifinal team. And I really haven't got to see them a whole lot this year, but there's 5H is kind of
blah,
but you want to be on the opposite side of the, if Carl Albert and Dale City win the district like we think.
Yeah,
I mean Guthrie.
Well, at this stage,
could be on the other side of the McAllister. I think could be on the other side of the bracket.
There's just 2 clear teams,
and they're going to meet in the daggum semis.
In the semis, yeah, that's crazy.
So that gives somebody an opportunity to play for that's not very good right now as we talk on this day to play for a state championship possibly.
You know what? I'm okay without a Carl Albert Dale City final.
Yeah, I'm fine too. I saw it last year.
Yeah, I saw it last year.
I mean, it was dominating fashion too. I mean, it wasn't close, but
yeah. I like something different. Also this year, I like
that. Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah, I like seeing that. Okay. Let's get to 6A2, and this will be interesting here. 6A2. Number 1, Muskogee. Number 2, Stillwater. Number 3, Choctaw. Number 4, Sand Springs. And number 5 is the Putnam City Pirates. By the way, I went to Putnam City for a fall baseball game. And now with all the Putnam City schools having their own facility, it's now Pirate Stadium. Oh. They have the Pirate logo and all their championships and all that stuff. So it was different to see at Pirate Stadium. Like something looks different, and there's stuff on the press box.
PCO, home of C.J. Henry. People might remember that name back then.
Oh, there's tons.
Yeah, he's the one I remember.
Yeah, Alvin Adams back in the day.
Alvin Adams, yeah.
Steve McIntubby.
Yeah, the Tub.
A bunch of those. So you look at 6A2, and doing the top 5 is not too bad. But after that, I mean, you have Southmore 2-2, Piedmont 2-2, Lawton Ike 1-3. And then Northwest Class and U.S. Grant. Sapulpa's 1-3. Capitol Hill's 1-3. Ponca City's 1-3. Pump City West is 1-3. Bartlesville is 0-4.
Pump City's 0-4, aren't Pump City West?
Pump City West.
Aren't they 0-4?
I thought they won one.
It says right 0-3 and they lost.
Yeah, I wouldn't,
PC North.
I wouldn't trust that.
So I know, but
I trust that the coaches had to put this into the rankings.
Okay, you got something. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I see what you're on there.
Yeah.
I would definitely go with that one.
Well, maybe they are 0-4. I don't know why.
They won one early.
Well, there's 3 Putnam City teams, so it could be North.
The PC West. They lost to Putnam City, lost to Midwest City, and lost to Putnam City North.
PC West?
I think those are only, regardless.
Yeah.
6A2.
Not good.
But we talked about, with Bixby going up and Southmore coming down a little bit, you have teams like Putnam City North, who we have never, ever talked about before,
right.
ever. And now here, Putnam City North, they're 3-1, feeling good about themselves. Beat Shawnee, beat Southmore, beat Putnam City West. I mean, not good teams, but for PC North, they don't care about quality opponents.
That's wins.
They just care about the wins.
Yeah.
They did lose to Putnam City, but they got Ponca City this week, which is a 50-50 game. I would probably favor Putnam City North in that game. So there is 4 victories there. They're going to beat Capitol Hill. There's 5. You know, Bartlesville, Sapulpa. I mean, Sapulpa is not playing very good right now.
Yeah, they could. Yeah.
And they won't be. I mean, they got Sand Springs and Muskogee to end the season.
Well, you got Piedmont too in 6A2.
Piedmont, yep.
Just in case we have to go back there.
Why would you go back there?
Just in case, you never know. Okay.
Piedmont's 2-2. They got Northwest Class, and they're going to be 3-2.
2-2.
Okay, that's 3.
They got U.S. Grant. That's 4-2.
Yeah.
Lawton Eisenhower, 5-2. This is how bad 6A2 is. Wow.
You think they'll change
Southmore
their offense next year, Phil?
No, not with these results.
Last 2 games, Stillwater and Putnam City. So worst case scenario, I think Piedmont goes 6-4.
6-4, yeah.
Yeah. So before we check out 6A1 rankings, Tony Wilson checking in
the
says
house.
hello everyone. T. Fred letting us, the Irish have a bye week. Thank you, T. Fred. Larry says thank you. Tony Wilson, 5A is usually the least competitive class top to bottom. 3 down doesn't offer much.
I'd say 6A2's recently has been the least competitive class. I think he's right if you look long term, but although there were some pretty good 5A teams, you go back 10, 15
Last year.
Yeah.
Last year, top.
But I agree with his overall take. I mean, it's one of the weaker classifications, no doubt.
Dallas, the 5A title game won't be close again this year, no matter who makes it.
I tend to agree with that.
Yeah, this is what I need to make last week's our first segment that little get bumped up. Carl Albert needs to be in 6A2 to balance the field. Top two teams go up for 2 years. The bottom 2 teams go down in all classes.
Last year, Carl Albert played the eventual 6A2 state champion Muskogee, beat him by 3 touchdowns. They played the then number 1 ranked Stillwater Pioneers this year, beat them 30-0.
Yep.
So no reason for me to believe that they would win state titles in 6A2.
Larry says a quarterback doesn't make that big of a difference. I have to majorly disagree on that on all levels because it's all about the quarterback play on all levels. I'm at University of Oklahoma. They switch quarterbacks and look what happens. Oklahoma State,
mediocre Auburn team.
Oklahoma State. I'm just saying that the offense
completely changing with better.
Completely changes.
Yeah.
Carl Albert doesn't need a strong quarterback with their schedule this year. They can play the 2 quarterbacks in this year, but quarterback is usually,
at Pee-wee.
Especially Pee-wee, junior high and mid school. So, but
I mean, if you take here's why it does matter in my opinion. If you take Shaker
right now?
if you take Shaker back, pit Shaker back into Jinx, that's a completely different football team.
I think so too.
Because Owen Jones up there just can't get the job done. He's missing passes. He's making bad decisions. So I mean, if Shaker's up there, I think Jinx wins maybe a couple more games. I don't think they beat Owasso still, but I think because they had control of that Bixby game early.
Yeah.
They had control of the Owasso game early as well too. So I mean, I think it does matter.
Yeah, Shaker's a difference maker.
Tony Wilson says, probably crazier statement than I've ever made. Quarterback is the leader. Yeah.
Tony, I've heard some.
Yeah.
Guy gets the ball every snap.
Every snap.
Well, you got to read.
Decisions matter.
Decisions
matter.
Well, Dallas would know. Shaker on Jinx is scary.
It is scary.
Well, last time it happened, he won a state championship.
Yeah.
As a freshman.
Yeah.
So, I don't think the receiver play too. Remember, Jinx got the 2 kids over from Lincoln Christian.
Correct. That are great players.
The kid that didn't get the OSC transfer, then got it. Jalen Barnett.
They got weapons everywhere.
They got the offensive, the kid from Tulsa Hill.
So if you don't got a quarterback who can distribute it, it doesn't matter. You overthrow them all game long. It matters.
That's
Got a great running game.
Running game.
But then, as I mentioned earlier, only 10 points in the last 2 weeks combined. 3 points against Union and 7 points.
Something's not right.
Yeah. So But the schedule, we'll talk about it here. Yep. Let's take a look at the 6A1 rankings. Number 1, Owasso. Number 2, Bixby. Number 3, Union. Number 4, got outvoted here. Number 4, Deer Creek. And number 5, Jinx. Ronnie?
No. For everything literally we just talked about just 3 seconds ago is the reason why Jinx is not in my top 5.
Who's in your top 5?
I got Norman number 5. Winning at some point has got to matter, okay? Again, quarterback play, 10 points in the last two games we said. Mm-hmm. I mean, there's some dysfunction going over there in Jinx, okay?
There is.
And again, if you're Norman, you're licking your chops right now because you have an opportunity to do something you ain't done in a long time, beat a Jinx team. Jinx lost to Santa Fe last year at Edmond Santa Fe, right? So, I mean, it's not crazy for Norman to go out and win this game this week. And again, Norman's undefeated. They've earned their right to.
Who's Norman beat this year?
To take that top 5 spot.
Yeah, Norman has not beat Jinx since 1992.
Yeah.
They lost 10 in a row.
Who's Norman beat this year?
Okay. Let me ask one question here, and we'll get to Norman. I'll ask Ronnie one question. Let's take your Norman Tigers. They play Edmond Santa Fe. Who wins that game?
Norman against Edmond Santa Fe? I think Norman wins.
Okay. Norman against Owasso.
Owasso wins that game.
Norman against Union.
Union it's probably a closer game.
Norman against Bixby.
They're
in the same situation as the Jinx Trojans.
I get it. I get your point.
We'll find out this week.
Yeah, we'll find out this week. But again, with the high expectations of
Jinx,
I mean, again,
every year.
Yep. You know, at some point you just gotta say, well, they're just not going to figure it out. And we'll find out. Norman going this week.
But to back your point up, they are 1-3, but it doesn't get easier with Norman, Mustang, and Deer Creek. Those teams have risen.
Yeah.
And it appears Jinx has come down a little bit.
Yeah.
And so it's not like you can just roll in and show the Trojan helmet. I mean, those are 3 tough games. Then you finish up with Enid and then Norman North. But they got 3 big games against West Side schools.
Say Jinx barely beats Norman. They got who they got the week after Norman, you said?
Mustang.
So you got Mustang. That's another potential top 10 game right there. Yep. When in the past it wouldn't be.
And then Deer Creek after that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So yeah, again, I just if you can't score, and again for a team like Norman, who I promise you, Norman believes they can win this game Friday, and Jinx may be like, God dang, can we win a game? I mean, is it gonna be like this all year long?
Yeah.
The doubt starts coming in, and again, when the doubt starts coming in, when you're a me team anyway. It's at this point, everybody's going to be playing for themselves, and that's never going to be a good thing for Jinx.
Now, Jinx comes out in this game and puts 3 touchdowns on the board in the first quarter. In the first quarter, Norman will roll up like a cheap suit.
Absolutely, yeah, they sure will.
I mean, and when you got the running back that Jinx has, that's a real possibility.
Yeah, no doubt, I agree.
Tony says, my buddy Jay Wilkinson, great football mind, maybe he wanted done it as the OC at Jinx. Is it really his fault? I don't think. I don't know. No, I think it's just a bunch of things. It's just I don't think it's his.
Well, you saw things too, like when the call got overturned in Jinx Union, the players lost their ever-loving minds. Yeah. I mean, it's just a lot of
45 yards.
Just a lot of stuff you're not used to seeing.
And that
with
stuff
the
falls on the head coach. It ain't gonna fall on an OC at that point. Yeah. But the head coach might have to make a decision to part ways, or it's gonna be him.
I ain't saying anything to the head coach. Have you seen the strength and conditioning?
I don't even want to talk about it. Don't even want to talk about it. He eats people for breakfast.
Yeah.
My God. Yeah. That's how he wore his hat.
Yeah.
And the first time in my life, I said, you know what? That's acceptable.
You do you, sir.
I love it. Love the way it looks.
Dallas says, looks like Deer Creek might be a really hard one for them now. Yeah.
Had a big old
and Deer Creek is more than Grady Adamson as well.
Yeah.
He's a big part of it.
Look deformed.
Yeah. But yeah.
Yeah, Grady Adamson would love to up his NIL money with a win over Jinx.
Larry Phil says that OU quarterback is running for his life. Yes, the good thing about him is he can run for his life.
Right.
That's why the switch was made. Absolutely. Yeah. You got to play with what you have.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. The kid's not scared.
No.
The moment's not too big for him.
All right. Those are the top 5 for the high school huddle. And we're going to take our third and final timeout. When we come back, we have our top 10 games of the week, plus a whole bunch of other games that we'll briefly go over as well. This is the High School Huddle presented by Red River Roofing. At Mosquito and Pest Authority, our job is to keep you pest-free. Our signature mosquito control service and pest-proof barrier 360 service ensures that you aren't bothered by mosquitoes outside or pests inside. That's right, 2 brands, 2 services, only 1 visit needed. Don't believe us? We guarantee it, or we'll come back at no charge to you. No mosquitoes, no pests, no contracts, guaranteed. Call Ronnie and Sarah Phillips today at 405-916-0471.
For centuries, it was a windswept prairie until the run of '89 saw settlers scramble for land and life in a newborn town as Oklahoma's territorial capital, Guthrie. Bank First is loyal to the preservation movement that reclaimed Oklahoma's first state capital. And we're loyal to the banking legacy born at the corner of First and Oklahoma Streets. Bank First. Loyal to Oklahoma. Loyal to you.
Exxon was founded by 2 combat-proven veterans to help businesses grow from mediocre to exceptional. We know from experience that your culture and trust throughout the organization drive superior performance. Most business owners focus on the urgent rather than the important. They are just struggling to survive. The team at Exxon helps owners identify challenges, build solutions, and focus on growth. Do you trust your team? Does your team trust you? If not, we can help. We are Exxon.
Hey, you in the third row. Yes, you. When was your last dental checkup? Dr. Louis Turney and his staff provide dental care in a fun, relaxing environment. Still not convinced? Prefer to sleep through your appointment? No problem. We can do that too. Our staff can ensure you have a relaxing experience no matter what. Got kids? Hey, so do we. Come see what all the moms are talking about. Our kid-friendly staff loves to provide care to even the tiniest of teeth. Give us a call today. We've got the whole family covered.
Give Dr. Louis Turney a call at 282-7600.
Today I'm sharing Golden Chick with the world. Are you ready to taste Golden Chick for the first time? 100% tenderloin. That's where the golden tenders come from. Marinated for 24 hours.
It is amazing.
Then we also got the rolls, made fresh.
It feels like they were just baked.
You know why it feels that way? They were.
Every time I go, I love to get extra rolls, so I love it.
We are being kind of photobombed right now by the one and only Clucky. Have you met Clucky the chicken? Don't get too starstruck. He's just a regular guy. 1 taste, and you're golden. He's on Tender. That's like a chicken dating app.
Sometimes you need immediate care and can't get in to see your doctor during regular hours. With Mercy Convenient Care in Guthrie, you can walk in without an appointment and get the medical attention you need at a lower cost and with shorter waiting time than your local emergency room. The Mercy Convenient Care is located at 2919 South Division. For any concerns, call 405-282-6301. Services are provided by Mercy Hospital, Logan County. Choose Guthrie. Choose Mercy.
I have brought you here today to beg you to call Red River Roofing. They have the best trained staff in the state. The Red River sales consultants are experts that make sure every single roof is 100% waterproof.
I appreciate all your hard work.
Please save your questions for the end. In closing, call Red River today for your free inspection.
I'm convinced.
Red River Roofing. Even the kid gets it.
Welcome back. Final segment here on the High School Huddle. Coming up, top 10 games of the week. Ronnie Phillips, Phil Nichols, Chris Evans with you until bottom of the hour. Me and my friend Larry, we keep going back on this on this quarterback deal. You said
it's good. That's why we have the show. We love it.
It is a big thing, but not in that Deer Creek Collinsville game. I'm just saying, if Patrick Mahomes is not the quarterback for Chiefs, are they still this good?
No.
Okay. Yeah. Collinsville is not going to be that good anyway.
Patriots don't win 7 Super Bowls without Tom Brady.
Well, let me ask this, like Larry to answer this. If they don't get a quarterback transfer last year, does Dell City make the state championship game?
River Warren?
It's a great question.
It's a great question.
I mean, they had a lot of talent on that team.
You got to be able to feed your son the ball there on the out.
Got to have somebody to throw it to your stud.
Yeah.
I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I know a quarterback.
I remember the quarterback from Dell City the year before wasn't River.
Yeah.
Couldn't throw the ball like that.
Yep, because they lost that McAllister game.
Yeah.
Yep. Was that?
And we never seen Dell City be that good in many years.
No.
So I'm sure they've had it all came together. All the transfers came together, and the
kids and they really did gel.
Yeah,
Yeah,
obviously.
They did. Okay, before we get to our top 10 games of the week, here's some other games outside the top 10. Stop me. Here's some 6A1 games. Which one stands out to you? Norman North at Westmore. That's 0-4 against 1-3. Deer Creek.
Sounds awful.
4-0 at Edmond North, 1-3. Edmond Santa Fe 0-4 against Edmond Memorial, 3-1. Any of those games excite you?
You say Deer Creek and who?
Edmond North.
Edmond Memorial?
Edmond North.
Oh, Edmond North. Okay.
Memorial's playing. Who'd you say?
Memorial's playing Santa Fe.
Santa Fe. No.
That might be a good game.
Could. Santa Fe's 0-4, by the way.
Yeah.
Wow, crazy.
We got to win one eventually. Norman North
Not against
and Santa
Memorial.
Fe are combined 0-8. And at the beginning of the year, we thought if anybody on the west side was going to get
That's
a
right.
chance
Santa Fe
to
or
even-
Norman North.
was gonna, yeah.
Tells you how much we know this year.
Let's
It's been
see
a weird
here.
year.
Santa Fe and Norman North play each other week 10 of the football season.
There you go.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. 6A2, who you picking? PC North 3-1 at Ponca City 1-3.
That's
Not
the top 10, right?
Not PC North.
You're gonna go Ponca City?
Oh,
Yeah.
wait. Isn't that a top 10 game?
No.
No.
Hell no.
I'm going PC North.
You're gonna go PC North?
Yep.
I'm gonna. Yeah, I think PC North probably has
principal.
I think they have it. Coach Madonna and the Shawnee Wolves 3-1 for the first time in a long time. Now they're playing at their football stadium. They were at OBU. Now
That's
they're
right.
playing
Yeah,
at Shawnee
good
this
for
year. 3-1 Shawnee taking on 2-2 Booker T. Washington.
I'm taking Booker T.
I gotta take Booker T. Yeah.
Booker T. Washington. We talked about Booker T. moving down to 5A football after struggling last year.
Well, they're still struggling.
Let's look at Booker T. here real quick. I need to make this quick. Booker T. got beat by Muskogee, Del City.
Yep.
Okay. Beat Central, beat Durant. So Booker T.
Who's Shawnee beat?
Shawnee
Duncan.
beat Duncan pretty handily, too. 21-7. Beat Duncan, beat East Central, beat Ardmore. Remember, Ardmore was rolling at that time. and they lost to Pump City North, 35-3.
Oh, yeah. Give me Booker T.
Yeah, Booker T.
Newcastle at Midwest City. This is an important game for both of these programs because it could determine who finishes third and who finishes fourth. The loser of this ball game and could finish fourth has to go to Carl Albert first round of the playoffs.
Get you some.
Number 3 has to more than likely. We'll see how it plays out. Could maybe making a trip to Guthrie.
Yeah.
Guthrie's favored by to finish second in that district right now in 5-2. So
I'd take the Racers too.
Newcastle, I take Newcastle. I think Midwest City is just trying to find something offensively.
Not very good.
Oh boy, Tony. Yeah, Tony. He always brings up when he Booker T. It's always the Tucker Gate. Shawnee Booker T. Washington is the Tucker Gate. That seemed like 20 years ago.
It has been pretty close.
Yeah, it hasn't anything. Okay. How about 4A football? Poto 3-1 at Ada.
Poto.
I'm taking Poto.
Poto's 3-1. Ada's 2-2 on the year.
Yeah.
Idabel at Stigler.
Idabel, duh.
Well, I'm a believer. Idabel.
That's
Yes.
stupid question.
I've been a believer for years.
Yeah.
Man, Stigler 1-3. They had such a run.
Idabel by 1 million.
Yeah, they had such a run. The Holland Halls and all those. Just wear them out. Now you can just transfer away if you can get away from them. Lincoln Christian 4-0. Holland Hall 2-2. If Holland Hall can't beat
I was
Idabel,
going to say you're laughing. I think you know the answer.
Let's get to the top 10. This is getting ridiculous now.
Ridiculous.
Yes.
well, Mount St. Mary, they're undefeated
Who are they playing?
at Chisholm
Oh, what's Chisholm's record?
2-2.
Give me Chisholm.
How about Blackwell 0-4?
Yeah.
Going to Perry.
Ooh.
2-2.
Wrestling schools.
Give me the Maroons.
I'll take the Maroons. Give me the Maroons.
Yeah.
They have nice revivals in that little town.
Which one?
Perry.
Oh. Hennessy at Alva. 2-2 Hennessy, 3-1 Alva.
Alva.
How about Pecola? 3-1 Pecola at 3-1 Rejoice Christian. That's a good game. That was almost the top 10 game, by the way.
I don't know why that isn't. I'd take Pecola just because I like saying the name.
The Indians.
Yeah,
I bet
I put a casino up there. I put table games.
Okay.
Up there.
Did you?
Oh yeah.
So you're a Pecola guy?
I'm a Pecola guy.
Okay.
I think Tony Wilson's probably go with Pecola as well for softball and basketball purposes. A2 Moreland 4-0 at Texhoma 3-1. Great mascot matchup. Red versus blue. up there. Another big one, Velma Elma at Ringling. Velma Elma, the Comets 3-1 at Ringling, who's 2-2.
Velma Elma.
I definitely put that one.
Really fell off since the scandal. Yeah.
Tony agrees. He got Spicola over Rejoice Christian. Talahina 4-0 at Gore 3-1. That's another big game there. So those are some of the games that did not make the top 10.
Ugh.
So the top 10 must be really, really.
Well, you
really
do this
good.
to us every week.
All right, we have our top 10, and you will have your top 10 to pick to as well. And so when we give these games, you give us your picks as well. We're still waiting for someone to go 10-0 this year. The viewers have not gone 10-0.
I got absolutely.
We have not gone 10-0.
I should have been 10-0.
You both went
twice.
9-1. Phil went against his own thinking.
Oh God, I knew better than that.
Here's our records to date. The column on your left and white, those were last week's.
So bad.
And the running, let's just say after week 5 or after week 4. But the yellow numbers are the overall numbers here. So as we get set. Tried to do it here week 5. Phil has the box. This is 3 weeks in a row. Phil has had the box.
We've tied the last 3 weeks. Yeah.
Yeah. I had.
Yeah.
Phil has the box.
Yep, that's good.
Beat Ronnie before he starts pouting about not having a box for 3 weeks that they have tied.
Yeah. Best records. Still.
Okay, got it. I had it on my notes.
Who we got?
Well,
stand by. Like we do this every week, Phil.
I know.
Okay.
Which way do we go?
Yeah.
Okay. The first game that we'll take a look at is the Cushing Tigers 4-0 at the Grove Ridge Runners 4-0. We have not broadcasted in Cushing. We have broadcast in Grove before.
Yeah, we did.
It was cold.
So this is a big time matchup here between these 3A programs. Mention the records. Cushing quarterback Roman Tucker, perfect Friday night in the win over Grove. See here, get this packed up. Okay, never mind. I have no notes on Grove and Cushing. I thought I was going to have them, but I don't have Grove Cushing. So Phil, you're on your own.
All right, so this is where I fall in this, guys.
Oh, okay.
Now, I got a little backstory.
Yeah, let me hear this.
Cushing, the heartland of the pipeline.
I was there a couple weeks ago.
Right?
Didn't the administration stop that?
Heartland of the pipeline.
Okay, go ahead.
I like their stadium over at Cushing. Yeah, I like it.
Right off of 33.
I like it. I think it's kind of cool.
Yeah,
I like it.
Played in the finals a couple years ago.
Played in the finals a couple years ago. Had a connection to our hometown on that team. Remember the grandson?
Okay.
Former basketball coach at Guthrie was on that team. Then I go to Grove.
I said 3. I apologize.
I know it's 4.
Yeah.
You got pros and you got cons when it comes to Grove for me.
Okay.
I lost my favorite glove.
That's right.
Ever.
Because my heater. Yeah.
Because of your heater.
Yeah.
A lesser man would have had to take the rest of the night off, 3rd-degree burns or something or whatever it was.
It just melted.
Melted my gloves.
Early on, too.
Early on. Yeah. Freezing. But
you played from behind the entire night.
I played from behind the whole night, and that was also the night I busted out the new boots for Chris.
Oh, still have them, too.
Good, well, I'd like them back.
They're
yours.
Yeah, they're mine. Yeah.
But on the drive home from Grove that night,
golly.
had one of the best road meals of my entire life.
Listen up, Tony.
Oh, chicken livers and gizzards from a convenience store.
Been sitting there for hours.
Oh, they were so good. Oh, they were so good. My tummy didn't like them. My taste buds loved them.
20 minutes later, he's like, that's a bad idea, fellas.
Oh, they tasted so good. It was worth the pain. Give me Cushing.
Phil goes with the Cushing Tigers.
I thought the chicken livers would done it for you for Grove.
Oh, they were so good.
Phil took up all my time, so I will go with Cushing as well. Grove, up and coming. I think Cushing's a little bit more, just a few steps ahead of them right now. I got the Cushing Tigers.
Well, all of our fans are picking Grove.
That's right.
So I'll pick Cushing.
That a kid.
Tony's got God. Leslie has Grove. Larry has Grove. Larry Busby. Good to see you, Larry. And Tony Wilson formerly has Grove as well. Good to see First and Goal back on here. All right, game number 9 featuring Davis at Beggs. Davis.
I don't like this game.
You don't like this game?
No, because it's hard.
Oh, Davis 1-3.
Yeah, but they've lost to 3 really good teams.
They have. They really have.
They're like the small class Jinx right now for me.
Yeah. Dominic, by the way, picks Grove.
Okay.
Picks Grove in the victory there. So let's see here. So you mentioned those teams. They've lost to, not only has Davis lost, but they've played up in competition in classes Class 3A schools and 2A2 schools as well. So they get the victory last week over Dibble, but they have Beggs this week. And they also got Holdenville next week. So, wow, what a schedule this year. So I think as long as Davis stays focused and know they played up and got better playing the better competition, this is a top 5 matchup. In the high school huddle rankings, we have number 4 versus number 5. I will go with the number 4 team, Davis.
Ronnie?
Oh, by the way, Larry Busby, Beggs. Tony Wilson, Beggs. Dallas, Beggs.
And Ronnie's the one that says winning matters.
I'm waiting to see what Leslie says.
Come on,
Leslie.
Come on, Leslie, hurry up. I'm trying to pick here. So you got Davis?
I got Davis.
Wow. Man. Who's at home? Because home field matters.
It's at Beggs. It does not matter. It does not matter.
Home field absolutely 100% matters.
Well, Collinsville, they played at home last week.
That didn't work out so
well.
They had 16 injuries.
That's right.
And,
20, but yeah.
Home field matters.
Leslie's not coming to rescue you.
Yeah. Home field matters. Give me Davis.
Where are they playing?
At Beggs.
Okay, that's what I thought. Give me Davis as well.
Oh, Leslie goes Davis. So.
Oh, okay.
I'm good.
We're good.
All right. Oh, we got to wait for the
official.
Thing. Yeah, we want to make sure nothing silly happens here. We'll come back to it. Game number 8. Here we go.
Oh, man.
Here we go. It is Pauls Valley 4-0 undefeated at Plainview. This is a big-time matchup between these two 4-0 teams. One of the best games there is. A lot of firepower on both sides.
Could be a lot higher than this, I feel.
Yeah, it could. Pauls Valley had the win to beat Kingfisher. Raleigh beat them 40-22 in the fourth quarter. And let's see here. And pull this up here real quick. Let's take a look at Plainview and what they've done. Ronnie, this is a big-time game, so I want to give you all the information I can between Plainview.
Go ahead.
No, but go ahead. No, it's for the audience. It's for the audience, too. This is part of the show.
Yeah, I'd like to
whenever Game Day does it, they know who they're going to pick, but you got to give the rundown. Go ahead.
Okay, Plainview has beaten Lone Grove, Bells, Texas. I'm at Powerhouse. I'm at Bells, Texas. Are you kidding me?
It's Texas.
They run out to Hell's Bells, by the way.
Oh, boy.
Now, this is a team, Plainview, that beat Davis. 23-13. Plainview took on the little bitty team. Plainview had to go down and beat the little bitty team.
Twist.
Beat Purcell last week, 40-10. No issues there for Plainview.
Who's Pauls Valley beat up on?
Pauls Valley. They beat up on the Leopards of Lindsay. They've also beat Davis. 31-14. Common opponent.
Who won? Who won by more?
Pauls Valley won by more.
Okay.
They beat Weatherford 19-6.
That's a good team.
And they beat Kingfisher 43-40. Rallied for the victory.
That's right.
Kingfisher.
Pauls Valley did?
Yeah.
That's right.
That's another common opponent, isn't it?
That's correct.
Oh. Plot twist.
Before you make any decisions here.
Okay.
Don't break my heart. I'm a newcomer. Oops. Get that off of there. That's Dominic. This is my big Plainview friend.
Oh, it's our friend from Plainview.
Yes.
I'm a heartbreaker. Give me Pauls Valley.
Man, how could you do that?
Well, home field don't matter. We all know this. Been saying it for years.
Are they in Plainview?
That's what it says.
Oh, is that right?
Plainview.
I would imagine it's homecoming too.
Oh, homecomer.
Who'd you go with?
Pauls Valley.
Pauls Valley. Have you ever seen Pauls Valley?
The town?
No, Paul's, his valley.
Oh, the Valley of Paul?
Yeah, the Valley of Paul.
Yeah, it's in Genesis.
Oh, boy. Here we go.
Phil?
Well, Dominic? Is it Dominic?
That's right.
Chris is going to go.
He's got a wedding this week.
His?
Well, no, but I think he's going to be at a wedding. So.
You just got to stop being friends who schedule weddings in football season.
There's a lot of weddings during football season.
Stop that stuff.
I don't know what's going on.
Back to me? Or,
it's about us. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Dominic, Best player in the history of Plainsview is Blackman.
Yeah.
Right? Not close.
They have some good baseball.
Who's the best player in the history of Pauls Valley?
Well, I can tell you they are the Fighting David Jacksons.
David Jacksons. Yeah. Does he sign our check?
He does not sign our check.
Good.
He approves our contract, though.
Well.
Well, I guess the board approves that contract.
Okay, never mind.
He says, hey, we really like these people.
The board goes as the president goes,
Yes,
I would imagine.
Yes. The board listens to his recommendations very much.
Yes.
Well, I'm not a believer in Pauls Valley.
Oh.
Give me Plainview.
Plainview. I have gone against Plainview against Davis. And I'm like, okay, Dominic, okay. You know what? Let me look up Plainview. Okay, it's not bad. And then they beat Davis, and the way they beat Davis, a little bitty Davis, a little 2A program there.
Pauls Valley struggles with Kingfisher concerns me.
We're just looking ahead. That's all they're doing.
Dominic says, Phil, I knew I liked you.
You're a good man.
Yeah. Have fun at the wedding, Dominic. Don't send any hate mail this way, but I'm taking Pauls Valley to win it over the Plainview Indians. I know, but First and Ghost got married this July. Wife is in grad school, so thankfully didn't have to worry about a fall wedding. Well,
there you go. That's proper planning.
Great timing.
That's proper planning.
Great planning.
August 2nd would be better.
Was it an outdoor wedding? Those should be outlawed in July and August.
Tony says, y'all took the maroon, so he's got to take Pauls Valley. Oh, he's got to take PV. He's got to take PV.
Yeah, I get it. I see what he did there.
I see what he did there.
Pauls Valley and Plainview. I got it. I see it.
Come on, Tony. Make a pick. Oh. Speaking of Tony.
Oh, boy.
Speaking of Tony.
There we go.
How about the Chandler Lions making a trip up to T-Town, take on Metro Christian. Chandler 2-2. And Metro Christian 4-0 on the season.
We should just say 1, 2, 3, and then say who we're picking.
Save some time here.
Yeah, let's just 1, 2, 3, and then say who we're picking.
Is this an easy one?
Yes, this is an easy one.
Well, Metro Christian 4-0, beat Chisholm, Cassia Hall, Noah, and Dewey. I mean, what have you done for me lately? This is going to be Chandler's going to be the best team.
Yeah.
That they'll see this year. Up to this point. Oh, hold on. This by far is the toughest game of the year for Metro Christian in the regular season.
Okay.
I mentioned the teams they beat. They got Sperry, they got Tulsa Central, Westfield, Tulsa Webster, and Sequoia Tahlequah. Sequoia Tahlequah could be good. I
took Chandler. Whose pick is it?
You.
I took Chandler over Stroud.
Oh, he broke your heart.
Huh.
Well,
I picked that game, right?
Well, we found out a day on
Tony
Thursday.
is Chandler football. He should have known that, and he should have notified us.
Should have known us, yes.
It didn't happen on Wednesday. It didn't happen on Wednesday.
That's neither here nor there.
It happened a couple days after the show.
Give me Metro. Huge.
Yeah, so First and Go has Metro. By the way, Tony took Plainview officially. Leslie has Metro. Dallas has Metro.
Chris has Metro.
I will go with the Fighting Crusaders of Metro.
Yeah.
Christian. Metro. Tony's going with the upset special with the Lions. Snow cones on Tony if the Lions do pull the upset. It's pizza season. Let's go pizza.
Yeah, pizza.
Ooh, pizza.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh.
Metro. Give me Metro.
All three going with Metro Christian. They take down the Fighting Tony Wilsons of Chandler. By the way, check out Tony's broadcast, Chandler Lion, on YouTube. They have the YouTube broadcast. So
got great
be sure
pizza.
to check that out. They have great softball coverage as well for Chandler. Chandler softball, really good.
Great pizza.
Great pizza, yeah.
Tony's pizza's great.
Larry Busby also going with Metro. Tony, it's okay to be in the corner by yourself.
That's right.
Phil lives in a corner.
Spent my whole life there. Reflecting is what they always
Just remember,
say.
Tony, being a homer cost Phil 10-0 too.
Oh.
Sure did. Number 6, the Bixby Spartans, 3-1, taking on the Moore Lions, undefeated Moore Lions,
That's right.
4-0. This is only the third meeting between these two programs. Bixby's won both of them.
Who's more beat this year, Chris?
You want?
There'd be a Mustang last week.
I know that. That was
Yeah,
an
because
obvious pick.
the snap.
Well, I knew that was going to happen. It was an obvious pick.
Who were we asking about more?
This is why it takes forever to take our picks because we got to do research for Phil on the show.
Westmore, Southmore,
You're asking who won?
If you'd shut up, he could tell me.
Well, if you should know this, you should have this
Westmore,
in your
Southmore,
notes.
Norman North, Mustang. Westmore not very good. Southmore not very good. Norman North not very good. Westmore, Southmore, Norman North. Those 3 teams combined, 3 wins.
Will you just say Bixby already?
Well, it's not my turn.
Oh, whose turn is it?
Chris. He's the one that's holding us up.
Chris, hurry up.
Oh.
1, 2, 3.
Bixby.
Wow. No faith in the Moore Lions to go 5-0?
No.
Okay.
You crazy? You crazy?
Is it because it's a east side against a west side school? Is that the biggest part of that factor?
No,
it's because it's more.
It's more, and it's Bixby.
I was hoping you go east side west side because number 4 is number 5.
Of course, I got to pick this one first.
Number 5 is Norman at Jinx.
Can't wait to hear this.
Norman 4-0, Jinx 1-3. Ronnie thinks they should probably just move on to basketball.
Yeah, I mean,
basketball practice started. Just move on to basketball.
I mean, we all 3 of us bashed Jinx, said the same thing.
Well, go ahead and say Norman then. Get it out of your system.
No, Chris needs to do his thing. Go ahead, Chris.
I can pull that up. By the way, Leslie has Bixby. Dallas has Bixby by all the points.
By all the points.
Leslie Bixby, Dallas Bixby, Tony has Bixby as well. What game we're on? Jinx and Norman. Let me pull this up here real quick for you. Here we go. Okay. Jinx looking to end their 3-game losing streak.
Haven't heard that very often.
The Trojans will be the toughest opponent for this season for Norman, which we just went over that, which hasn't had a winning record since 2019. The Jinx has won 10 games in a row in this series, dating back to 2010. And that's about all I got. The key players for Norman is our quarterback, Phoenix Murphy. They have a receiver in Ryder Murphy. Phoenix, by the way, 63 of 106 for almost 1,200 yards and 12 touchdowns. Ryder, 20 catches, 450 yards, 5 touchdowns. Got a good defense, a good linebacker in Bear Boyd, 50 tackles. Jinx has, we know, KD Jones.
Mm-hmm.
And that big offensive line.
In a dysfunctional situation right now.
Yep.
And remember, KD was only held to 96 yards last week against Bixby. Bixby did a pretty good job.
Good job.
Yeah.
So there you have the, by the way, the receivers that were at Lincoln Christian, they're the Dillard brothers. I couldn't remember the last name, but they're the Dillard brothers. Let's see here. First and goal has Jinx. Larry Busby has Norman. Leslie has Jinx. Dallas has Norman. Tony Dubb has Jinx.
Yep, number 5 versus number 6 in my top 5. Norman number 5, Jinx number 6. Again, there's issues going on at Jinx. You know, there lots of issues. This won't be the first time a number 6 beats a number 5 team. And again, I think there's a way that Norman can win this game. Don't get me wrong, Norman can definitely win this game. But just to say next week that Jinx is on a 4-game losing streak would just absolutely blow my mind. So give me Jinx.
Trojans it is for Ronnie.
You can put me down for Jinx as well.
Yeah, I don't think.
And if it's a close game, they're going to have issues.
I don't think it's going to be close.
If it's a close game, they have issues, real issues.
So 14 points or more, is that close?
14 points
I
is
think
close.
for this game it is.
14 points is absolutely close. Yeah.
Yeah. By the way,
wins the 14th point
Norman
scored. You know,
making a trip to Jinx on that
really
one. So
yeah.
All right, game number 4, 6A2 football. Putnam City 3-1 on the road in Choctaw 2-2. Willis Alexander, the head coach of the Pirates, taking on Coach Corbin and the Choctaw Yellow Jackets. Phil?
Choctaw. One of those losses to a really good Kansas team.
Yeah, I will take the Jackets as well.
Yeah, I'll take them too.
Yeah. All right, Choctaw, Stinger. We're good there. Game number 3, Class 4A football. Bethany 4-0, Blanchard 4-0. This is a great district. Throw in Tuttle there as well, and this is you got Tuttle, Blanchard, and Bethany, all 3 in the top 5,
it's crazy.
along with Elgin, and Wagner.
Might be one of the most competitive districts in all of high school football.
It's a good one. It's a really good one.
Really good.
I got to see who's going to finish fourth in that district.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I'm first, right?
Yep.
Okay. I have seen both teams with my very own eyes.
No, you picked last one.
I did.
I saw Bethany at a scrimmage in Elgin, and I saw Blanchard against the Guthrie Blue Jays. And I think Tuttle's the better team of all three of these. Mm-hmm. But Tuttle's not playing this game. I would go with the Blanchard Lions. They got a quarterback moved in, has done a good job with those receivers. They got 2 or 3 really good receivers, 2 outstanding elite 4A receivers, and
good little defense.
Good little defense.
Yep.
Give me Coach Craig and the Lions.
Yep.
Yeah, Bethany beat Jones earlier in the year, which is a good win for wasn't it? It was Bethany, right?
I think that's right. Yeah.
So that was a good win.
2A school.
In Blanchard, this is going to be a good game. Blanchard, their fans they're hardcore. They love their football down there in Blanchard.
Yeah.
I got a buddy who's down there, and we talked this past weekend, and they're all in Little League as well, guys. I mean, they're all in on Little League football as well. The thing to watch for, the one thing that I remember mostly about Blanchard is that they take a lot of risk. Instead of tackling, they try to strip the ball. Okay, and if Bethany's able to not to turn the ball over, they'll have a shot of winning this game. But I think Blanchard has a little bit more weapons on the outside than Bethany does. So give me Blanchard.
Remember, Phil, Blanchard locked you out.
I know.
You couldn't get to your vehicle.
I know.
And you didn't have any bottled water.
No water.
You were outside for the broadcast.
I had to walk around to find a little icy.
Not very good. Not very good home service there over in Blanchard.
Terrible.
We didn't get very good service at Blanchard.
Yeah.
Brahms stayed open late for us, though.
Brahms MVP.
Well, they didn't want to.
They didn't want to, but they did.
MVP
Yeah.
Brahms, yeah.
We just showed up and started ordering, and she said, "How did you guys get in here?"
But she could have told us to leave, but she was very nice.
But she was nice.
And I did thank her for letting us eat.
That's right. She did a good job. Yeah. Give me Bethany.
Bethany. A Bronco on the.
Give me a Bethany.
On the deal. Wow, that's a good one. First and Go also has
Not a bad
Bethany.
pick.
Blanchard. Larry takes Blanchard and Choctaw. Leslie takes Blanchard. Tony says go Lions. Is he still going back on the Chandler deal?
We don't know what he's
Right,
doing.
Probably talking about Blanchard.
Dallas had Bethany.
And yes, Dallas has Bethany as well. Leslie had Choctaw. T-Fred also with Bethany.
Oh, can I change my thing?
He Googled it up. And
Googled it up.
Something good there for you. Game number 2, it's the Jones Longhorns. Great uniforms, brother.
Great uniform.
Jones 3-1. Millwood 3-1. We mentioned the Jones loss just moments ago to 4A Bethany. Millwood losing to Heritage Hall 28-25 in a late game there. This is a classic matchup. This is a top 5 matchup here in the high school huddle rankings. So I'm first, right?
Me.
Oh, Ronnie's first. Okay.
Is this the second game?
Second game.
Yeah.
There were 2.
Yeah.
It's the wood, baby. Give me the wood. Give me the wood.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Coach Franklin gets 1 victory from Ronnie.
Give him 2.
Give him 2.
Phil will also take Millwood.
And, well, you got to go Millwood. I got to go Millwood, too. So all 3 of us go with the Falcons. Dallas takes Millwood. It's the wood. Tony got it as well. Well, yeah, that's the other thing, Tony. Tony says, let me know. I'll call their superintendent for you. Treat it like royalty.
Who are you talking about? Blanchard?
Blanchard
You don't need to call him. I got him in my cell phone. We talk often.
Had to jump a fence to get to the van.
Paid off with no drinks, jumping the fence.
Completely left us.
Let me delete his number just a second.
We'll call you next time, Tony.
Jeez.
Leslie has Millwood. First Go has Millwood. Dallas
Brady's
has
a good
Millwood.
guy.
Yeah, no hospitality there.
Well, that's not true. They were nice.
Well, the fans were. Maybe. No, they weren't.
Larry Busby has Millwood as well. Game of the week. It is the Owasso Rams taking on the Union Redskins. Owasso's has gone through the gauntlet on playing everybody. Bixby, Jinx.
Broken Arrow.
Broken Arrow.
Union.
There it is.
Now Union.
Coach Antonio Graham of Owasso. He graduated from Tulsa Union, so he's going back to Union for the first time as a head coach. Of course, he's a long-time Owasso coach.
Very underpaid head coach. Last week.
Well,
saving money over Owasso.
They're saving money.
Hall of Famer.
So Union has won 9 of the past 13 meetings, but the teams have split the last 8. Wasso's 21-14 victory in the 2017 state championship.
Yep. Robbed us of the Bixby Union clash we're expecting that year in the state finals. And then there's a blowout against Bixby, which it probably would have been the other way too. But
Union trying to figure things out offensively. Everyone's stacking the box against Union, making Shaker throw the football. You got some offensive line issues at Tulsa Union. Meanwhile, the complete opposite on Owasso. They have an outstanding offensive line.
Defensive line.
They got a sophomore quarterback that is playing really, really well. The only Owasso got to stay focused. They're playing Union, so you certainly think they would be completely focused on this one. We'll see if Owasso can stay focused next week, but they got a big one with Union on the road.
Yeah. This is, to me, I think it should be game of the week because it's Owasso Union, but I don't think it's going to be a good game. I think Owasso wins this one going away.
Yeah, I think Owasso has that factor right now. Owasso is going to go through this gauntlet, going through Tulsa Union, and then it's going to kind of go down a little bit. It's still a good competition, but it's not going to be your Bixby's and Unions and your Jinx and Broken Arrows. So they got to stay focused in that time, and I think they will. It's always come playoff time. It's going to be hard for Owasso to beat somebody, maybe two different teams twice. Yep. It's going to be tough to do, but this Owasso team has the capability of doing that. With
no doubt,
Coach Graham has really got them going. The sophomore quarterback is the difference maker.
Well, that kid, you can say he's a really good young quarterback. He's one of the best quarterbacks in the state. I think he's already shown that this year, talent-wise. Very talented young man. The moment's not too big for him. He'll stand in there. He's tough.
Well, if he beats Union, it's going to be hard to say he's not the best quarterback in 6A. When he's beating those teams.
Yeah, he's a legitimate kid, no doubt.
Yeah, when you got talent like Owasso does, and Union's got a ton of talent too. But the difference is it's going to be in the trenches. The offensive line, defensive line. It's going to be a good game in the very beginning, probably into the third quarter. I think that's when Owasso starts wearing them down with their offensive and defensive lines, and I think Owasso pulls away late.
Yeah.
All right. All three of us going with Owasso. Let's see. Let me see how close Tony Wilson was right here. Tony Wilson says, under $115,000 for Coach Graham's contract? Yes. Coach Graham at a little south of $107,000.
Greatly underpaid.
Coach Frederick, the highest paid coach in Oklahoma. We talked about this last week on the show. Was that last week? Seemed like a long time ago. Coach Fred for Tulsa Union, the highest paid football coach, compensation package of $172,000.
Underpaid. Greatly overpaid.
Yeah. So those are the top 10 games of the week. Best of luck to your teams, and we will come back, recap it, see how we did this week.
10-0.
10-0. There it was. I was worried about you there.
Oh, no.
I'll be happy.
The Bethany pick's going to put me over the top.
I think we'll be happy if we go 7-3.
I'll be thrilled if I go 7-3.
With those top three picks.
Yeah, 7-3.
It's kind of the bar right now this year.
Yeah.
Jeez, it's terrible.
That will do it here for the High School Huddle. We're going to take a brief time out, come back with another show called the Open Mic Podcast here on Second Banana Media. Big thank you to all of our great viewers with all the great comments. It really, really does help the show move on.
Welcome back, Mr. Fields. We appreciate you.
Yeah,
yes,
absolutely.
sir.
Absolutely. Big thank you to Red River Roofing and all of our great sponsors here on the High School Huddle. We'll do it again next week as we wrap up week 5 of the high school football season. Talk to you next time.